Welcome to the channel, folks. Clunkers and Classics. And this is part 8 of restoring the 78 Nova. Okay, last episode we got all the dash taken apart, recovered, painted top and bottom, and all put back together. It ain't perfect. I might try to put a little contact cement in there, take off this vent here and put a little bit more in there, see if I can make that stay. Maybe use the heat gun a little bit. But other than that, got everything working good, except for the speedometer. I think the little plastic gear or something in the transmission is messed up on that. But I'll take that apart later. Probably not this episode. Maybe. As far as the stereo goes, I'm not exactly sure. I don't really want to cut it up. And of course, I know you can buy those old-time stereos with the modern stuff in it that fit in them holes, but I'm not going to do that either. They're too much. They're like $300-400. I'm going to build a console for my Chevy probably first. And if it turns out, I'm going to build one for this. But that'll be towards the end. I'm not in a hurry on that. I got the carpet ordered. We're going to get a carpet and all the interior done. And I guess I'm going to reuse these seats. I put these in like 5 years ago when I bought the car. They're off Firebird. And what I like about them is you can... I don't know if I can do it with one hand. You can fold these all the way back like that. So like, you know, if you're on a long trip and you want to lay down, it can recline all the way back. That's what I like about those seats. And they're non-power, so I don't have to wire up a bunch of crap. The problem with, you know, I got a bunch of junk cars and stuff out there. Some of them got good buckets, but they're all power and everything. And most of them are out of trucks and SUVs. Might be a little bit too big for this. But I think these ones will look okay. Especially since the interior, the carpet is going to be black. Last episode we painted all the plastic pieces black. I got everything painted black except for the sun visors. I'm going to do them. I'm going to pour 15 the roof. Not going to get a headliner. I'm not going to spend 300 something bucks on one. Got to wait on more material to recover that rear deck, unless I do something else. Okay, main thing right now is we're going to restore these door panels, redo them. I thought these inside moldings were good, but they're really not. They look good like that, but I'm going to order, they're expensive, the inner and the outer, outer. As you can see, this is all messed up here. They're $82 for just them two, for both doors. So a pair of a pair. Okay, then I ordered the this window channel. See how this is all just breaks off right here. They didn't have it listed for 75 to 79 Nova. They had it listed for 73, 74. They had 68, 72, 73, 74. So I ordered the 73, 74 one. I'll make it work if it doesn't fit perfectly. They're just little channels that go all the way down, that the window rides up on and keeps the water out. This is the other piece of the... Okay, so I'm going to order them too, but we can get started on these door panels. Okay, probably half the stuff's missing anyway. I got these little bezels here. I have one door handle. They're friggin' $100 each. I guess I'm going to have to order one because I'm missing one. And then this just comes off with the clip, with the special tool that goes in there and pops that clip off. So I won't, and then it's got I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4 screws along the bottom, and then it should have some clips on the side. So I'm not going to bother showing all that. I'll show you when after they're off. And we're going to most likely just cut this. See, the cardboard here is okay. It's just this vinyl that's on top is all curled up. And we're probably just going to get a razor blade and cut that off, and then recover the cardboard. Okay, and what we're going to recover it with, it just came in today. I haven't even opened the package. I just laid it on the ground here. I'll open this up here in a minute, next segment, but you can see it's pleated. It's supposed to be every 1.5 inches, and it's black. So we're going to cut that to fit, and then I got some brand new contact cement, and we're going to cement it on there and cut the holes for the window winder and all that stuff. And probably not going to mount it on there because they have to stay off until after I paint it. Because usually, see, there's a dent right here. Like on the RT, or if the paint's in good shape, what I usually do is leave the handle and the lock on and just mask it up. But this is so, it's got a dent there too. Dent there, dent there, dent there. Because it's been banged around, the door pins were shot in it. People were slamming it. So, most likely, I'm not gonna mount. I'll mount that door panel on there just to see how it looks, but I'll have to take it back off because maybe we'll get to that to this video too. We're gonna take off all. I got this already. This weather stripping here. So we're gonna sand all the door jambs, everything here and here. Sand all that. You can see how bad it is here. And this one, there's no, I don't know, there's a little bolt there. Hardly any rust on this door jamb at all. So this shouldn't be too bad. So we're going to leave that door panel off so we can get it in under here. Paint all that silver, all this silver. And I'll mount the panel on there just to see how it looks and everything. But it'll have to come back off until I paint the whole car, and then after the car is painted, I'll remount these door handle and lock and weather stripping here, or they're called the I forget the name of them now. Put that molding on there, and then the door panel. But anyway, we're going to recover them, see how they look. This door over here, I'm gonna call the guy as soon as I finish this segment here. He doesn't answer my calls or my voicemail, but this door here is just shot because see all this rust here. It's been a blue door. Someone put a blue door on it at one time, and you can see this rust. Look at this rust down here. I mean, it's pretty crusty. So if I can't get that parts car, I'm going to go to my local wrecking yard and see if they got a door, because he's got an older yard to block up the road that kind of not secret. He doesn't tell anybody about it. It's just full of old cars. And I was there 4 or 5 years ago when I bought this, and I bought some little plastic pieces, and he had 2 of these, and he doesn't junk anything from that yard. So I'm gonna see if he's got a door. These sill plates here, they were on it, but I used them for my 74 GTO because they fit 68 to 79. It's all the same. But they're about, I don't know, 80 bucks for the pair, for new ones. So I'm gonna see if he's got a pair of them, that door, and maybe some miscellaneous stuff. I should have done that a while back, but I'm going to do that in the next few days. So this video, I'll let you know whether I come across a parts car or those extra parts. But either way, I'm gonna have to do something with this door. I mean, I could fix it, but it's sprung. See, it's just, I think what happened was someone had opened it too far and it got pushed back, and now it's, see, it smashed into this fender, and it just bent in that door jamb there. I mean, I could try to fix it, but worst case scenario, I will have to. Okay, waiting on the material for the back deck. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but we're mainly going to concentrate on that interior. The seat cover should be in any day, and we'll see how that fits on the back seat. I'm going to get some paint, more satin black paint tomorrow, and redo them rear panels as I showed you in the other video. They just didn't, the paint just didn't turn out very good. It just looks like shit. You see it here, it just, I don't know. So I'm going to get some new paint that I can mix up in my gun. I'm going to respray these too. Then we can mount them. And then the rest of these, all these other plastics turned out really good. So we're going to mount all them. Paint the headliner with some Pour 15. And so I'll get rolling on it. I just wanted to get this segment before it got dark. And we'll see you next segment when I get some stuff done. And I need a passenger door. This has got a good one here. And it's got these are the same two Novas that have been here for 5 years. At least 5 years. I'm probably going to take this door. I don't know what. Well, the other ones used to be orange. It's primered. I'm going to take this door off here. Okay, folks. I went to the junkyard today. The local junkyard has an old section of old 40s to 70s cars, and I made a separate video, which will be out before this one will. So if you haven't seen it yet, you can go ahead and click on that, because they're all for sale. They're all going to be crushed. Anyway, he had two Novas like this, and I picked up this door. He gave it to me for $100. There's no rust on it. I mean, surface rust there, but none along the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and paint all the jam and everything of it. Got a new recruit. This little small kitten here. Just the friendliest little thing. We got some wild cats on this property. There was a mobile home in the corner up there where the people had moved out a year and a half before I bought it, almost 4 years ago, and left some cats, and they've been breeding, and I see some around here, but my dog keeps them away. But this little guy just keeps coming around, greets me all the time. Greeted me today with a big old mouse in his mouth, so it's already a mouser. And my dog's kind of going, she's getting used to the dog, but I'm afraid my dog might try to kill it. Anyway, we got the door. I did the rear deck. That material they sent me, I stretched it. It was a little bit too short. So I recovered that, put in the speakers. So that's all done. I can start putting in the plastics. I went down to the paint store today, bought some more flat black, satin black paint, and I'm gonna paint them panels that go here, and then we can put it all together. We'll take this door off. I think I got this jam here almost ready to paint. I took off the little louver deals there. I've already sanded all this jam. Looks like I'm going to lose the sticker here. This one here I'm going to save. with the date, but this one had the weight and stuff on it, and it looks like I'm gonna have to lose that. Other than that, it's all sanded. All the jambs. I'm gonna paint the these two, the two doors, and it's, see here, I think it's upside down. It says this section shall remain with this car, and it's stamped 1978. It's original door. You can see in here, I don't know if you can see it, there was some Bondo. They got some little holes where they pulled it. We're going to be redoing that. Like I said, the whole car is going to be stripped down, the metal. Looks like it's in here somewhere. Okay, we got that. I got those seat covers in. I haven't checked to fit them yet. I just unboxed them. This looks like the top cover for the rear seat. And this one looks like the bottom. We're going to see if they fit, or if I can make them fit, make them look halfway decent. We're going to use them. And like I said, came with the buckets too. So yeah, we can probably recover the whole car with that. I mean, all the seats. They even come with the covers for the headrests. Okay, I got the two door panels off. That's what these are sitting on. Those are there. We're going to take off the weather strip belt moldings and cut all the old vinyl crap off, and get the upholstery, some contact cement that on there. Got the, like I said, I got the new paint to paint these panels. So I got a lot to do, and I will be back when I make some more progress. Okay guys, a little quick update, show you what I got going on. Sanded all this door jamb. I got a little tube of sealer that I put right on around the edges. Had a few little cracks in the factory caulking, but took all the rubber off, stripped it down. Pretty clean door. So I got that ready to paint pretty much to both jambs. I bought some more, a quart of satin black. Yeah, this stuff here from the paint store. I put on 3 coats on these. I know I keep calling them door panels, rear door panels, but they're side panels. I guess they turned out a lot better. I put about 4 coats on there. This one here, so I'm fixing to put them back in. Fixing to mount them here in a little while. I got those cheap seat covers. They were 35 bucks for a set of 4 back seat, and put these up. And according to the listing, they were a couple inches too short, but man, I stretched them and they fit really good. They're a little bit dirty here. Let me try to put them on something. There's the bottom. And what I have, I bought for my Chevelle a while back. Here's a little hog ring pliers and hog rings. I bought a big bag of them when I was doing my Chevelle. So it came with little straps that I strapped on there, and then I just put some hog clips on it. See, these are the little straps here, and then you can see I put some hog rings here all around. So it turned out really good. Now it's supposed to be real leather, but this this stuff here, little kitty's checking it out. This stretchy stuff here is a little thin. Well, there's the backing of it too. And I don't know why, but it has 3 zippers right there. It's a little bit dusty from sitting, rolling it around. You can see the back of this. Came with the straps here, and then I put some hog rings in it. All the way down the side, the bottom. So, these are a couple little boxes of Nova parts I had for years. So here's the little straps, and then I hog ringed it in there, even hog ringed the zipper so they don't come undone. So anyway, I think it looks really good, and it's supposed to be real leather. I don't know how long it'll last, but nobody's sitting in the back seat anyway, so, or I doubt anybody will. Like I said, this area here is a little thin, and it may rip. I think a couple of little spots kind of ripped there when I was hog ringing it in there. But hell, for 35 bucks. So I haven't tried it on the buckets yet, but here's the front ones too. That's included. 35 bucks front and back. I mean, you can't beat it. So I'll probably put them on there. There's really nothing wrong with the upholstery on these Firebird seats. I think there's a little rip in the driver's side, but hell, I might as well put them on there, match. So okay, that's what I got going on. I put some tape and epoxied that little deal there on the little louver. So I'm fixing to put, I showed you the rear deck already with the speakers, got that in. So I'm gonna start putting these plastics in, and then these rear panels, and start putting that together here before it gets too dark. It's about to get dark here in another hour and a half. So I'm gonna try to get that done, put the back seat in. Well, the top of the back seat, bottom I put into the carpet. Rock Auto said it's being shipped, so it should be here in a few days. Then I got the door panels there to do. Got to paint the jambs. So I'll be back when I get some more stuff accomplished. Okay, guys, rolling right along here. I got the door panels recovered. Basically just cut out the material, contact cemented onto the cardboard. And then I did this last night. Just tape it all around the edges. It's a little bit dirty. That's basically it there. See the bottom, I lined up the bottom like that, but then when it goes to the top, it kind of goes diagonally a little bit. But anyway, that's pretty much it. The other one's here. I started cutting out for the door handle and the window winder, and I got a cut out for the door handle pull deal right there. The cardboard's not perfectly flat, but yeah, it's good enough. I mean, you could probably soak it in water and set it out in the sun and try to flatten it a little bit more, but I think that'll work. Okay, what else I got in here? I've just been finger fucking sanding these louvers. I'll have to do the same thing with this cowl. You know, all in between here, it's just a time-consuming thing. Then all the little surface rust under here, I'll be sanding and painting all that under there too. I went out to the wrecking yard yesterday where I bought this door. Well, we'll go over I painted all the door jamb silver here. I was going to put that plastic interior in, but you know, they overlap around the edges here. So I thought, well, let me just go ahead and paint this silver first and then mount that plastic in there. So anyway, got all the door jamb painted silver there. And I should have left this door off probably when I did those door pins, but took off the tape on that. So anyway, all the jambs are painted. They'll probably get a little bit messed up from primer and everything when we do the body work, but at least I can get all the plastics on there, and if I gotta spot it in, I can. Okay, now I can put the plastics on there. Put the back of the back seat on there while I'm waiting on the carpet. And when the carpet gets here, I can put that in, remount the seats, and still got to paint the sun visors. Make a, I got a pour 15 roof, and then I'll probably buy a new dome light. I think for my Chevelle I bought a new dome light. It's like 30 bucks or something. Dome light and cover. Okay, so while I was at the wrecking yard, I went and bought the door a couple days ago, and I went back there yesterday because that's where I order the windshield from. My windshields. And the owner wasn't there again. So I just told the guy I did as well. He told me I can have that used windshield from the Nova for 50 bucks. So I went and cut it out. It's in the back of my truck there. So we're going to cut this windshield out. It takes about 5 minutes. But first you got to take the cowl off. And this is for the, can you see this part here? This is for the antenna that's built into the windshield. That's why you have to take the cowl off. Well, you have to take the cowl off anyway to get at all the chrome. Anyway, I'll get that off. That just pops off. And when you put your new windshield on, or used one, you just pop it onto that. Okay, so I took all the moldings off. These bottom moldings, see, they screw in. They screw in there. So you got to take that cowl off anyway. So we're going to paint that. We're going to paint all in here. Probably just black. And paint all underneath the hood black, because black's the cheapest paint. Instead of, you know, the silver. That silver is not doesn't cover very good. I mean, it takes about 5 coats just to cover it. So when I paint this car, I'm going to seal it. I usually don't have to seal cars, but probably seal it all in gray epoxy primer and then paint it. But there's going to be a lot of black on here anyway. The big black stripes going on the top. I'm thinking about painting these louvers here flat black. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. The louver here flat black, and then these see, the one at the wrecking yard, one of them out of the two had all chrome on here. A bunch of it was missing. Well, the whole driver's door was missing on the one with the chrome, but it had chrome around here and then around these doors here. So I couldn't get a whole set, but I thought I was painting it black, flat black. Paint this flat black, the door frame, this, and then this frame. And then with this black dark tint and the black rubber here, I think it'll look pretty good. And the rest silver, a little black along the bottom, then the black stripes. Okay, so yeah, that's how you take off the bottom chrome. This side chrome stuff here, these are all cheap plastic clips. I use my little tool This is the little tool here, and you get underneath the chrome and it lifts this. You use it that way or this way, and it pulls that away from the molding, and then you lift up the molding as you're doing it. But as you can see, you know, these are what, 43 years old. This one here broke. They're not very good. So what I'm probably gonna do is when I urethane the windshield in, well, this is gonna go black, all this cowl, but I'll probably prep and paint silver, probably do the front and the back at once, and paint all this silver, and then glue in the windshield with the newer urethane, and then just put a little dab of urethane on there and put the moldings back on. This is the old style of what they call it, butyl tape. Butyl, it's soft, although I think somebody jammed some urethane in there. But the windshield at the wrecking yard took me about 5 minutes to do it. And what I use is this big knife here. This is I don't know, 15 or 16 bucks about years ago off eBay. And then you just put those utility blades in there from the utility knives, and you just reach down, you can see that, and you just cut all around the edges. Now the urethane stuff, you can do it with this, but man, it's quite the workout. It's really tough on the newer cars. But this butyl just cuts like butter. So we're gonna do that. I'm probably gonna start putting on interior, put this door stuff back on, save the windshield till later. So yeah, we're gonna do that. I got the rubber for the channel run rubber. See, I took it all out here so I could paint in there. So we're gonna put the door back on, then we're gonna put the channel rubbers in both doors, and then the main weather stripping that goes here, goes in these little holes. I'm gonna go ahead and put all that on there to get both doors together. Okay, so I think that's all. I'm gonna have a pretty busy day of doing all that. There's my old door there. The dog, I don't know where Kitty is. Usually sleeps under, she don't sleep in the house with me. I don't even know if it's a he or a she. Usually comes out from underneath the car. And it'll be out here in a little while. Okay, so yeah, then I got some other little, I gotta still weld that little thing up there for that body mount. Okay, so I'm gonna get at it, and I'll be back later with some updates. Okay guys, I got the windshield out. I'm gonna paint all this area here and here and here, so I'm just gonna mask the pad off from there and paint all that. Probably clean all this up too. I don't want to make too much of a mess. What a lucky penny there. Okay, it wasn't in with the original butyl. Somebody had replaced it before and it was urethaned in there, so you couldn't cut it all with the knife. So I'll show you what I got. I bought this years ago. The professional guys that do it, you know, 20 windshields a day, they buy this thing, looks like a sawzall with these little look like putty knife blades, real thin. Cheapest one of them is like $7.99 on eBay. So, and you know, you can try to use the piano wire and all that crap, but that's just a pain in the ass, especially if you're trying to take one out and save it. So this is what I bought. This is about 89 bucks on eBay a couple years ago. And it's air powered. I couldn't find any electric. and it's a blade type thing there, just vibrates, and you stick it in like that, and just go all the way around it. Don't stop, or if you stop, don't pull it out, because when you start cutting and then you pull it out and you go to get cut it again, you're probably going to get the wrong spot. Then you got to go over it again 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So when you start, try to stay in there and go all the way around. Now the only areas you can't reach are these corners here. I got up underneath here, no problem, but then these corners are tough, and that's where the knife I showed you earlier, this knife comes in. You just get in there, especially this windshield didn't need to be saved, so I didn't care if it cracked. But if you're taking one out to save it, just be very careful. But you can do it. Just get in there with that blade and just keep cutting away right in that corner. Okay? I'll show you that's the windshield here. So I cracked it on that corner because I didn't give a shit. It was already broke. Okay, so then what you want to do is take a razor blade and cut all this stuff out all the way. And like I said, I'm going to sand it all and paint it. And then you just put your new, spread your new urethane on there and put your windshield in. But I got it out, paint all this area. I'll show you before it gets dark. I got the back part of the seat in there, and then the door panels, and the back deck, and then this here goes to the front. And you have to take off all that trim to take off a windshield. But I'm going to put it all on now because you don't need it off when you're putting in a windshield, because all you're doing is urethane this edge, and then oh, there's Kitty, urethane this edge and just putting it down. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this up, paint that, put on all this front trim, paint these visors, pour 15 the roof. Try to get most of that done tonight, if not in the morning. And then I'll probably conclude this video unless the carpet comes in the morning. Oh, this door, I got the door on there, but she's sunk in at the top right here. You can tell mainly on this quarter panel. It's sticking in and then it's out at the bottom. Although this fender could probably be adjusted out a little bit. We're gonna take that out anyway to repair that rust spot. Oh, it's got a little dent right there. Other than that, I think the door's pretty straight. Now there's a dent there. Rest of it's pretty straight and rust free. So what it is, I'm pretty sure that this hinge here is bent in, needs to come out. Gonna have to mess with it, see how good I can get that adjusted. See, there's no bolts now. Yeah, the other thing I wanted to show you was these shims. See the factory shims here? It's like that on both sides. Even this cowl here had about 2 or 3 shims here. Might have been from a wreck, but the other side is like that. These old cars, that's what they used, a lot of shims to adjust stuff. See these shims here? But there is no shims for these hinges. They're welded to the pillar and then welded to the door, so you can't move them in and out. The only thing is the pins that hold it in. That's it. So I'm gonna have to try something. I'll be back later when I get some more stuff done, probably in the morning, and show you the final result of what I could get done this week. So okay, I'll be back in later. Okay guys, I got the new used windshield put in there. Painted all this flat black in there. Probably should have videoed that before I put the windshield in. And this is the little antenna deal that just pops on there. Take it off so you can see what it looks like in there, in case you're looking for it. That's the antenna that's built into the windshield. Turned out pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and paint this area here. I don't know, I may leave the moldings off till after it's painted. But I'm gonna clean all that up. Spray a little black in here. Just now finished putting pour 15 on the roof. Got all the plastic installed. I got the sun. I'll show you the sun visors here in a minute. Okay, I put a little bit on the floor. The floor is very, very solid. The carpet did come in, but I think we're going to save that to the next video. This has been going on for about a week now, this video here. I started putting the weather stripping in here. It did have some adhesive that I'm going to have to put, you know, mostly around the corners. It's not in there real good. Started on that, still got the window channel ones to do. Okay, I think that's all out here that I've done. I still got to adjust that door somehow. Okay, the sun visors were coming apart. Yours probably are too if you're doing one. There's a little stitching around here. It was just coming apart away from this vinyl, and put a little contact cement in there last night and taped it closed, so that should hold. Fixing to untape them and spray them black. I got just enough in that black spray can to do these. Okay, I put the front seat covers on this seat anyway. Just I'll probably put some more hog clips, but that's even come with the sun or the headrest. So I'll probably put a few more hog clips on there, get it real tight. And that's the back of it. Just have to probably cut a hole for the little deal to adjust it. I think that's it. I painted these louvers black when I painted the dash piece. Still got a few little chips and stuff in it. That place that shorted me on the vinyl, they just sent me 2 yards. I complained for 2 days and they never even answered the email until I gave them a big scathing red negative feedback. Then they, oh, we'll send it. So they sent me 2 yards because I told them an extra yard is not going to do it. I need the length. So anyway, this will be for the 72 Nova rear deck. So I got that. So, oh, the carpet just came in. It's not the, I don't know what they call it, nylon, but it's this material here. It'll be all right, but the last few I ordered was the, I don't know what they call it, nylon cut, whatever. It does have some insulation on it down there. I'll be doing that the next few days. I said I got the driver's seat out. I'm gonna recover both the seats, get them all hog tied down there, hog clips, put the carpet in, then the seat belts, seats, the dome light, all that little stuff, sun visors. I'll probably leave these door panels off. I don't want that one until after it's painted, but I'm not sure yet. I'll then put the kick panels on. I was missing this piece here that goes, I believe it goes right there on the pass side. And I got that from the junkyard where I got the windshield and the door from. So we got that put on after the carpet. So we got all this little stuff, and it just takes so much time. I'd like to do it all in this video for y'all, but it'll be, you know, another few days. So we'll get this video out. We got a lot done, and we'll get the interior completely done next video for sure. And then I don't know, I think mechanically and the interior's just about done. We'll just go and as the window channel run stuff. See, this stuff is I told you before, it's from a 73, 74 Nova. They didn't have 75 to 79. So who knows, I may have a problem getting that fit. Might take a while. I do have the dome light, but I'm missing the cover. But I'll probably just buy the new assembly, which is this piece and the cover, and wire it in. I do got a bunch of extra door handles. Yeah, just going through. This is a little cheap plastic mirror. Gonna have to, I like to get some steel ones, but I don't know. Anyway, I need a set of mirrors. Okay, so I think that's about it. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Bottom right hand corner, click that subscribe button. It's free, doesn't cost anything. And appreciate y'all for watching. And we'll see you next video. We'll get a lot more done on this.